Hi everyone, welcome, Niner here. Today we are watching a video by Seth called The Amazing Cultivation Simulator Review. I've been wanting to watch this video for a long time and I have not been because I'm really scared of what he will talk about in here. I have to be real, last time I watched the Seth video, the amount of censorship I have to put on there, in the end some of the paragraph just become beep 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 beep. So I was like, okay Seth, yep, something are okay to say I guess on the internet 10 years ago apparently is no longer okay. So you know what? I'm really looking forward to watch this video as I've been streaming and making video for a long time now, I guess. Yes, it's been quite a while. People ask me one question repetitively. Be like, Niner, what is your accent? So I sit in there and I be like, some people call me French. Okay. Some people said maybe she's a European. The real truth is I'm Chinese. I was born in China and I moved to Canada when I was a teenager, so I'm Chinese Canadian. Legally, I'm Canadian, however, I was not born in here. That's where my accent comes from. So that's why you can say I'm even more nervous watching this video now. So this is a video about a Chinese scam which I believe, and I was like, okay, how much do I need to censor? So I went through the commentary section and I found this one funny commentary that said in Chinese, 不要伤害我，我可以破坏当地的电网 which I totally don't get it. He wanna say something like, don't hurt me, I can break your internet or I can break your electricity. From 4 years ago, I was like, okay, so this gonna be a very interesting video. And let's start, shall we? Thank you again, Seth, for making the wonderful, amazing, interesting video. Before we start, gotta give our credit to Seth. Thank you for making the video so we have a chance to watch this. I've never played this game. Impressive, he commissioned a art for this. Look at this profile picture in this outfit. Ooh, cool.
Hey people, Seth here.
Hey Seth.
You easily entertained by seeing numbers get higher, which...
Ooh, I like number go higher. I'm a big hoarder in video game. Like, I love to hoard all my objects. Just quantities.
You like to play the equivalent of that, except all the buttons have been replaced with Chinese symbols.
I love Chinese symbols. That's one thing I can read. Oh my! This video is making me love K better and better. His name is Sigma Male. Also, why is it Chinese? How does he read and play then?
Do you have a burning interest in Chinese martial arts, Taoism, or the pursuit of immortality? Then I invite...
Wait, question. Is this kind of game related to like wuxia? Oh my, I don't even know the definition of wuxia, but people must know there are a lot of novels, a lot of shows on them. Because I don't know the definition of wuxia, so I googled it. It says it's a genre of Chinese fiction concerning adventure of martial artists in ancient China. So it's just a bunch of people fight each other and there are different guilds and there are always a lot of plot, and it's kind of like type of universe people really enjoy. Like, I don't know much about it, but I grew up watching some shows that know the concept. So maybe this game is existing in that kind of concept.
Invite you to see where my life has spiraled out of control for the past 2 months. Amazing
Ooh.
Cultivation Simulator.
I can't believe there is an English version for this, and there are English review for this kind of a niche Chinese game. What?
Keep in mind, I only paid money for this after 50 hours.
Wow.
I've been playing this for so long that all my ads are in Chinese. Amazing.
Damn, he really played this 50 hours. My most played video game on Steam is 500 hours. That's like 10% of it. If I play anything for 50 hours, that's already... I love that game, you know? I enjoyed it to play it for 50.
Cultivation Simulator is a love letter to Chinese wushu novels.
It is.
Essentially,
No, it's called wuxia. Wait, what do you mean wushu?
Chinese sword fantasy. The word is like a sound because it's meant to sound like a sword swipe.
Oh, come on, man.
Novels, cultivation is the cultivation of one's internal chi.
Internal
practice,
chi.
martial arts, meditation, whatever. And chi...
Yeah, that's a real thing. Like in those novel or worldview, they believe internally you have this energy that you can use and you can fight with it. People can even summon shape with it or wind. It's very artificial. It's like fantasy level. I don't know much about martial arts. Maybe it's real. Anyone actually do martial arts? And you can summon wind? Please let me know.
is the vital breath or essence of our living world, according to the same people who stick needles in your back. The
When they stick needle to your back, it's a medication thing.
end goal of cultivation is, of course, immortality, and that is what this whole game is about. Essentially, you're going to take a small group of Chinese rice farmers.
How realistic, a small group of Chinese rice farmers, that's the beginning of the level? Wow.
And turn them into demigods.
Okay, demigod.
To begin, I need to dispel any notion at all that this is Chinese RimWorld. I do this by comparing them directly. For example, we need a refrigerator.
However, I never played RimWorld. Is it also like a simulator require farming? Do they also have starting you as a rice farmer? How much relationship there is? Wait.
I'm going to build one. We need a refrigerator. I'm going to drop the frozen soul of a demon and reduce the temperature to absolute zero. The room is too cold. We need air conditioning. The room is too cold. Rebuild it out of wood and make the bed out of fire. Now, our disciple won't die of frostbite. He'll die of heat stroke. My colonist is crippled, disabled, and completely
How sad. I don't know what that word means, Chad, but I think I'm gonna censor that.
geriatric, so the cheapest option is to put him down. My disciple is an old, disabled nugget. We have regrown each of his limbs. Also, he's now a 14-year-old boy. We're under attack by bandits. We should get inside to safety. A man just decapitated my best friend from over 10 kilometers away with a flying fedora. Once you get past the obvious comparisons, you'll never mistake this game for anything else. To begin, you'll need to go through the tutorial. It's very quick and gives you a bit of background to
One thing I realized about Chinese game, I grew up playing some Chinese game. So one of the games that I grew up playing is called Chinese Paladin. This is a game that have a lot of shows, games. As you can see, they've been having shows from like 2016 until 2024. This is also related to wuxia, the concept, right? One thing I realized in Chinese video game, there are a lot of reading, like in paragraphs. Even I have a friend that's playing Chinese mobile game right now, like Wuwa, or like other Chinese gacha. They be like, there's so much reading in there. When the reading happens, the character don't really move much, so it's purely for you to immerse into the words, which I think is quite wonderful. Dumping dialogue even on normal NPC conversation. I don't know why though.
the story. Unfortunately, the English voice acting is questionable.
How
Luckily,
bad is it?
this is a fantasy game, so the sound of women is optional. In contrast, the music is lovely and the visuals are gorgeous.
I like the tiger-looking thing.
Completing the tutorial unlocks the actual game, which is clearly and unambiguously labeled Classic, which upon clicking will show a huge list of sliders and settings to scare away the casual.
Why is there so many choices for difficulties? What? It's like building a Minecraft world.
Guilo. Don't touch anything, just hit confirm. Next, you're gonna get trolled by the Chinese because the developers think it's really funny that there's an almost certain guarantee that you just rolled a Yao Guai as one of your starting characters.
You can be like a monster, not only human. Cool.
Me explain, white boy. In this world, you can cultivate as either a human or a Yao Guai, which translates to monster, but really we're referring to demons. Yao Guai, henceforth,
Like us. Look, we are a demon. Ta-da! So we are a Yao Guai.
referred to as yogurts, are animals that have gained sentience and become humanoid. However, their existence is unnatural, and eventually they have to face tribulation from the heavens. It's sort of like God's punishment for...
So it's like a God's punishment for being a furry. So... Sorry, I got distracted there. It's like if you are a cat and you lived for thousands of years, then you get spiritual enough, you get some energy, and you can eventually become a Yao Guai, which means you have similar to magical power. If you live long enough and you ascend to a Yao Guai from a normal animal.
being a furry. I wish I knew that before. I lost my first waifu to a storm cloud.
Oh, no.
But because the random character selection randomizes race and 11 out of 12 of those races are different flavors of yogurt, you're very likely to land that. Until you know what you're doing, I don't recommend starting with dairy products.
Wow, that's so complicated. Is a snake but forehead? What?
But if you want to speedrun the game, I recommend starting as the fastest animal on land.
Parrot
eternal. You'll starve to death before you even reach the dinner table. Beyond this point, there's not much advice I can give. You're gonna suffer and you're gonna learn from the experience. So pick your starting perks and get into the game. Everybody recommends True Sun
What does this even mean? I don't understand. Like all these 16 distinct plug. I mean, I cannot read the text immediately, but even if you give me the English word, I don't know what they reference to. Why can't they just say strength, stamina? Wait, what?
Mining as your starting.
Okay, alright, I see. Their intelligence, the charisma, and all that constitution. I just don't like reading. I can't read. That's why I don't play this kind of game. There's so much to read.
Law because it's got very simple progression, and if you make a mistake, worst case scenario, you'll just die in horrific agony.
Really?
If you followed the plot, the entirety of a Tai sect has been annihilated. You and a handful of others are the only survivors. Why was it destroyed, and by who? Whomst did this? Are questions you'll have to answer if you want to uncover the mystery of a Tai sect. But right now, your primary concern is survival. To
build a house.
Help, a mysterious cultivator who was tight with your former sect leader drops by for the next 2 weeks. As long as he's alive, you're not gonna die. That is, unless you go to the bottom left of the map, in which case, you will both die. Let's...
Did he just grab a tiger casually right here?
Get definitions going. You're running a sect, a school of cultivation. A sect has outer disciples that will happily do all of your mundane, tedious labor for a competitive salary of about $0.
Wow.
They're not slaves, as per se.
Yeah,
We
they're
don't use
definitely not. They're just volunteers.
that word here. It's more like an internship, which never ends. But through a high-intensity jujitsu program known as...
jujutsu. That's cool. I like jujutsu. Also, all these names, are these directly translated from original Chinese name? They sound so long after translation. You know, original Chinese is just 3 characters. After English, they're so long.
As foundation, they can become inner disciples. An inner disciple must choose one of the many supreme laws to follow, through which they cultivate a higher state of being. Their progress, abilities, and potential is largely determined by their character stats and background. Like RimWorld, everyone in this game generates with a random background.
This make me want to play RimWorld. Also, question: are we playing as a group of people controlling them all, or sound like we're controlling a group of people instead of one individual? Little bit confused. Wait, let me watch more.
Such as congenital defect, seashell collector, and effeminate male. The combination.
Effeminate male. You can be a fanboy in this game? Damn, this game is advanced.
Nation of stats will determine their compatibility with a chosen law. You start with just one, but you'll unlock the rest as the game goes on. Also, they don't have to eat, but they...
What do you mean they don't have to eat? Are they spiritual? Are they like ghost people?
Still do. It's not uncommon to see a cultivator feasting on ramen, even if there's currently a famine. Especially if we're currently having a famine. Also, pro tip...
That person is just eating next to the dead friend's body. Just, I'm gonna casually eat my food while you are all starving and, you know, like having a famine, you know? It's not a big deal. I enjoy my bowl of noodle.
A famine. Also, pro tip, you start with a single forming pill. This can instantly finish your foundation and give you an inner disciple right at the start.
That's
After
amazing.
promotion, you can go to the sect tab and hit establish a sect. And most importantly, give it a cool name. Once that happens...
Oh, you can make a school name. It's called BTS X Army Gone. Do sects like K-pop? Oh, surprisingly, I learned the sects have a medical degree. That's why he know all the term about medicines and conditions, which was shocking to me.
You have officially incorporated. The rest of the game opens up. Inner disciples don't work. They cultivate and get stronger. After all, this is Taoist Dragon Ball Z.
True. Wuxia is a little bit like Dragon Ball Z. This worldview is a little bit like Dragon Ball Z. You gotta keep fighting. You gotta grow your inner energy. And you gonna... Dragon Ball Z.
But after incorporation, you can send them out to explore the world. There's 2 options, camp and adventure. Adventure sends them out on adventures. They leave and they come back. Camp sends them out to stay. And if you're so inclined, you can physically enter the map and plunder a village. At the start, your map's gonna look like this. Immediately, you're
That's a huge map.
Gonna notice something. 1, there's barely any locations because you haven't discovered them. And 2, if you try to explore the red zones, you're gonna come home in a body bag. Because...
Oh no, Oh, so it's not yet?
That's not your territory, so whose is it? A great way to find out is to visit them directly and prank them by sneaking inside their school. Once they catch you, they'll give you a proper introduction.
Like a hand-holding and friendly introduction, right?
Break your knees,
Well,
snap
never
your
mind.
spine, and gouge your eyes out. The other sects
Damn! Wow!
aren't very sociable, but diplomacy is important because if they felt so inclined, they could obliterate us. To even get an audience with them, you have to make an offering. Your offering doesn't matter. Each time they're gonna call you a broke-ass bitch anyway. That's why we wait for a cow to defecate, mark it as the trade area, and send our gift.
Yay!
Now you can trade. In a world of
They keep calling me useless, but I found it kind of hot. Anyone connect?
immortality, money is an abstract concept, so
Nice.
we're working on a purely barter-based economy. However, we still have a form of currency, and yes, it's completely edible. Spirit
Well, what are those blue-yellow pills?
stones are the chocolate coins of this world. You can
Oh.
trade them during break time for Pokemon cards, or consume them directly to restore a small amount of diabetes. In this case, they restore a small amount of chi, so they function as both a store of wealth and a means of exchange.
I see.
Each sect offers something different for ridiculous amounts of money. And even if you have a stacks to pay for it, we're not selling. That would be like selling weapons to your enemy. And how do we know we can trust you? So you have to butter them up. This is mainly done by asking people across the world whether the leader of a sect prefers cats or dogs. And
Yeah, I'm a dog enjoyer, by the way. I like to be loved. I prefer dog.
gifting him the appropriate kind of meat. Let's return a matter
Is that real? Oh my, it's real. You can give people cat meat. Okay.
Let's return to matters back at home. Feng Shui is a Chinese system of thought governing spatial arrangement and
True.
orientation in relation to the flow of qi.
True, it's very complicated, and my mom yelled at me very frequently because I placed my shoe wrong at the door because of it's bad for feng shui, which I don't get it.
Look, here's some simple Chinese alchemy that I expect you to memorize by about 200 hours of play. Why do I have to learn this? Because
Why?
everything in this game is subject to Feng Shui.
Oh, come on. I live as a Chinese for far more than 200 hours, and I don't remember any of that. Feng shui relationships of the firewood and all that. Oh my, they're so complicated.
Shui. Everything has an element and they interact with one another. Water nourishes wood. Wood feeds fire. Fire cools to make the earth. Earth produces metal, and
I believe my life elements is like metal, so I have a metal kind of life, whatever that means. So according to feng shui, I should live more in the city where the steel and the beams are rather than near an ocean. It's very it can go to every little perspective of your life if you truly want to follow this system of feng shui.
metal holds the water, allowing it to repeat the cycle. Okay, that's cool, Seth, but we don't have time for this. Wait, did my
No,
guy
we
just
do.
die of heart palpitations? Why is the yin-yang symbol in this bedroom red? What the fuck does
What happened? Very ominous? What?
ominous mean? When in doubt, check the pentagram. Room of wood, bed of earth. Wood defeats earth, making the feng shui of a bedroom ominous. And
Oh my, I'm rolling my eyes. Is this real? What the
if you sleep in that bedroom, you'll die of a heart attack. Replace the earth bed with a fire bed, and as wood feeds fire, the feng shui will become auspicious, which means good. However, if you
That's-
sleep in that bedroom,
That's crazy.
you'll die of heat stroke. That's because fire and water control the temperature. In a more relevant scenario, each of the supreme laws practiced by your cultivators has an element. Feng Shui affects the speed and success of their practice. So if you're a
Wow.
metal cultivator, you would avoid fire as fire melts metal.
This is like turning my mom's belief into reality somehow in a video game. Wow.
However, if you told him to meditate in an empty room and fed him laxatives, the speed of his cultivation would increase with the volume of shit he produces.
What?
As feces is the element of earth, which promotes metal. If you're confused,
I'm
I
so
sympathize.
confused.
There is no way you could possibly know that in Feng Shui, the orientation of a room's door is specific to its function.
That's
in other
true.
words, bedrooms face south, workshops east, and kitchens west.
Yep.
That's why everything in this game has a
And apparently, if you face the wrong direction of your room, then it's gonna cause you something bad luck or discomfort to your body, which, when I'm renting, I would keep telling people, like my Chinese family family. Be like, there is no option when I'm fighting for rental price. Okay? I'm not aiming for this roommate is facing the souls to get and pay $200 more on it. You know, I'm not doing that. Whatever is more affordable, I live in that room. It's ridiculous.
Comment box so you and your fellow Guilos can share ideas about what the hell is going on. Now, the main focus of this game is cultivation towards immortality, which can be summarized by the following post. You eat a pill, sit on your ass for several years, and once you're done, you go from rank 8 ping pong to rank 2 ching chong, which is still like 100 ranks below the heavenly golden dragon god emperor star ancestor. But it's okay since there are still about 3,000 chapters to go, and all the big dick characters that could kill you with a fart are currently busy. So you can go and wipe out a ding dong clan which obsessively wants you dead because you courted death.
Wait, isn't ding dong like this? Isn't ding dong a snack?
By destroying the King Kong clan after its young master picked a fight with you over your jade-like beauty childhood friend.
Ooh.
Essentially, you're going to perform a bunch of opaque, esoteric, and poorly understood processes to help you reach a higher power level.
Yay.
There's 3 types of cultivation in this game, and I'm going to mispronounce all of them. Shendao,
Give it a try.
Shendao,
Shendao.
and physical. Shendao is most relevant because it makes up 90% of the game. Your process of cultivation is derived from Chinese internal alchemy.
Oh, I think I know what they mean. Shendao. Shendao is like spiritual, godly road, like something like that.
Where instead of a cauldron, you use your body, and instead of reagents, you use your chi to form a golden core.
Ooh.
Think of a philosopher's stone, except backwards. That's what a golden core is. Instead of drinking the elixir of life, we are the elixir of life. Shendao is unique.
So we are a cauldron ourselves, I see.
Since you can transcribe your knowledge to a manual, this means a single cultivator can study from every other law and become exponentially more powerful. This can lead to interesting situations where someone might learn skills they really weren't supposed to.
Demonic Christ 600. What does that mean?
Such as a male cultivator learning lunar form from the sunflower refining law, and by doing so, reversing his sex. Becoming female in this game results in the loss of your penis, which can be picked up and sold on the open market. You can
What? Somebody just pick up your penis and gonna sell it? Randomly? How much are they selling it for? How many blue pill? Blue stone?
even make money off this by regrowing your penis, which will, upon realizing that you're not meant to have one, detach immediately. Each time you harvest a crop of penis, you become the dick farmer. But I digress. To reach a higher power level, you have to perform a breakthrough. This is essentially a bottleneck in your training, which you have to overcome or you can't progress. Golden Core, however, is different. It is the single most important breakthrough of your career.
This is very complicated. So we reach the bottleneck of our career and we have to break through it while we're selling dicks. I mean plants. I mean dicks. I mean...
Every condition has to be perfect. The season, the weather, the time of day, the mental state of a cultivator, the element of a room, the chi density, and the amount of chi flowing through the cultivator's meridians. Get all those right, and you just...
The feng shui.
Might get a better result than I did. I genuinely thought I did pretty good for my...
So it's like gacha. This is gacha.
First time. Tier 9, I thought to myself, that's a pretty high number. Tier 9 is the lowest tier of Golden Core. It is trash. Literally, swallow a rebirth pill and reincarnate yourself, my man. You fucked up. Early on, your Golden Cores are gonna suck. But with experience comes knowledge. And once you learn how, you'll be making some fat cores on a regular. Then there's Shendao cultivation. Instead of cultivating your chi, you take in the chi of others through worship. Belief is...
Shendao. This is more like the godly road then. I feel like a fake Chinese. I feel like, what? I'm so confused.
Power, and the more people believe in you, the more powerful you become. Once you establish yourself as a divine being with a realm of heaven, you can be the petty god you've always wanted. As a rule, I only answer bad prayers. Drought, bandits, famine.
Almighty Sagely Highness, great pardon, emancipation, holy ruler. I wish we can have a good harvest this year. That's a very long title.
Refuse. Don't waste my time. You wish that tomorrow your favorite brothel prostitute hasn't been taken? Granted. You want your boss to step in dog shit? Granted.
Yeah.
You want the guy who stole from you to be struck by lightning?
Granted.
My pleasure. You want those annoying neighbors next door to die in horrific agony? Me too. You want someone to celebrate your birthday with you this year? Granted. At some point, I learned to stop worrying and love Shendao. Also,
I like for Seth to be a ruler of our citizen. He will give everyone a dog and everyone will celebrate birthday together. That will be so cute. And we can just make our boss step in dog shit. I love that.
they get the most ridiculous titles. Just imagine that every prayer addressed to you has to be prefaced with, Dear Primordial, True Venerated, Great Pardon, Supreme Virtue, Venerated Holy Emperor. That leaves us with physical cultivation.
Ooh.
What is physical cultivation? It's
What is it? Just regularly planting rice finally?
inner disciple that spent the last 50 days remolding his phallus. Due to the mental state bonus of having a gigantic penis, he is now physically immune to depression.
The bigger your dick, the lesser chance of you being depressed. The secret of life.
All seriousness, you take a mortal and you turn him into a Super Saiyan. Every body part, limb, joint, bone, and organ of your body you can remold until you become Goku. And then you give him intense PTSD so he can channel those repressed memories to increase his attack power from 1 million to 7 million and
those numbers look so unreal. I cannot even count how many zeros.
one-shot the entire game. Also, since every yogurt comes from a different animal, they all have unique anatomy that's different to humans, which means for every species of demon you turn to physical cultivation,
Yo, just like Kung Fu Panda.
there's tissue, bones, and organs not found anywhere else. In other words, fuck your opposable thumbs. I got vertebrae fused to my carapace. Sooner or later, your sect is gonna be attacked.
Oh, that furry is so cute. Sorry. That cat is so cute.
By bandits, demons, or other cultivators, with the exception of physical cultivators, which remove organs with their bare hands. Shendao and Shendao cultivators fight using artifacts. What is an artifact?
What is it?
Anything. A Kleenex tissue, a bowl of ramen, a bag of flour, a bucket.
So as long as you are holding it to use it as a weapon, anything can be an artifact. I can use toilet paper and call it artifact. Okay, we are the main character.
Of water, a pile of shit, severed male genitalia. As long as you enchant it, you can use it. Preferably, try to enchant an actual weapon. Although, you can't deny it's very demoralizing to see your fellow bandit get decapitated by blue fabric summer shirt. Combat is basically your guys sit around and watch as their artifacts cut everyone to pieces. It's pretty fun to watch, especially larger battles.
That looks like a fine art paint session. That looks cool.
The sky is nothing but swords. Of course, no cultivation is complete without embracing traditional Chinese medicine.
Justice pill, blade pill, fixing pill, power pill, fitness pill. So technically there's a pill for everything. Every small thing, you can eat a pill to fix it in this fantasy world. Amazing. I like this concept so much.
That's right. Alchemy. Here's a good summary of what alchemy is like. Change the weather. Lose 20 years of your natural lifespan, which may sound bad, until you visit the local Chinese pharmacy.
Like Chinese alchemy is very complicated. Like you can grant internal life from eating an alchemy pill, get abilities, like supernatural abilities from alchemy pills. Quite different from Western concept of alchemy that you can make herbs, medicine, or make a bomb and all that to turn dust into gold. Somehow Chinese alchemy is focused more on pills and the things you can consume and change your body.
And pop a pill which adds 500, another which adds 280, and wash it all down with some mineral water which adds another 99. Now the only thing you have to cure is perpetual baby face, which is
but they look so cute.
A common symptom when you have a lifespan of 3,000. You want something done? Yeah, there's a pill for that. Obesity? No problem. Not obese enough? I gotcha. Would you like to prank a demon? Force feed him a rebirth pill and he'll reincarnate right back into a piece of pork on your dinner plate. The cycle of karma is a fickle mistress. Honestly, if alchemy made any more sense,
look how many dialogue there is in this game. Throughout. Paragraphs.
I'd actually be upset. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna put myself in a coma for 3 days. About 30 days in, you're gonna get a pet. A divine pet.
A doggo! I want to help organize items.
Pet. This is different to normal pets, which you adopt into your sect by shooting them with hunting bows, which are somehow blunt and tipped with anesthetic. This may sound very stupid, but on the other hand, Gundo Musashi had bullets that put you to sleep, and that was a masterpiece. Anyway, he starts off as a baby and grows larger with time.
Why is it so huge? He's as huge as one whole sized room. Can we ride him? Can he fly?
He's also a little shit, and you're gonna have to keep an eye on him before he destroys your sect. For example, my friend saw one of his cultivators doing a break free, and he thought to himself, fuck, my man is literally shitting himself. This is one intense breakthrough. Turned out his dog was feeding laxatives to all of his inner disciples.
No!
It is your responsibility to teach them right from wrong. Peasants slacking on the job? Yes. Attack outer disciples. Give them some cardio. Drug inner disciples with euphoria pills? Why not? Give them some... An injured stranger wants our help? Yes. Attack unknown mortals. Kill them. Whether you raise him to be a functional member of society or a four-legged sociopath is entirely up to you.
So we can make him into a very evil dog and destroy the earth and have no moral? I love that. I love that.
You can even rename him to something a little more Chinese. If you include the Bamboo Forest DLC, which adds a pair of pandas, there's 5 pets in total. They're incredibly cute and generally amazing.
You can have a dragon! That's so cool!
At the beginning, your sect can only hold 12 members. This increases to 24, then 36 as your reputation increases. Reputation also increases the power level of invading enemies. Don't let this number get out of control, or you'll experience firsthand what it's like to lose a 50-hour game in 5 seconds, which...
No, Zan can destroy so quickly.
Is a good time to inform you that in this game, you can draw Chinese talismans with your mouse, the accuracy of which determines the blessing. You can even draw on a blank sheet of paper, and
I've never drawn this before. Wow, like in real life. I would like to try this in a game. Maybe they're truly magical.
Still gonna work. I know this because somebody drew a... And apparently, they can now use the oven 12% faster. So please, draw a bunch of invisibility scrolls and wear them when you go on adventures. Your sect will thank you each time they haven't been murdered in your absence. It's not easy to make stacks in this game, which is why we have to trick villagers into filling our ranks. We do
That's so many farmland.
this by making small talk, finding out that half of them love nothing more than to ravenously consume
a gift from heaven. What's a gift from heaven? Like a special pail?
shit and invite them over because we're gonna need a lot of manpower for our Chinese sweatshop.
They like to party.
Inner disciples cultivate immortality. Outer disciples cultivate huge plantations of cotton. We're gonna process that down to fabric, and we're gonna wait because very soon a merchant is gonna show up. He operates on a...
He's riding a stick? What is that? What is his transportation tool? A flying board?
Sweatshop economy. He's gonna pay you garbage, so you better have a high volume of garbage to sell. Luckily, our emaciated peasants have worked hard this summer, and we just earned 10,000 spirit stones. We're
rich!
Celebrate by losing it instantaneously, because the merchant also sells an invitation to an exclusive event. Read the token, and we're off to the
I didn't read it at all.
auction house. Have you ever gone to an auction where you can't even see what's being sold, but instead are given a vague description? Hard, lumpy. A man's hand shoots up. I'll take it for 10,000. Not to be outdone, I raise his offer. I'll take it for 12,000.
But they don't even know what they're buying. Is this another part of gacha where this item are actually fixed? I just love his name is Sigma Male.
Another joins in. 13. Another raises. 14. The rest fold because they're poor as fuck. Those who remain keep raising. Eventually, there's only 2 of us. One final raise. 56,000. I won the bid, but I don't have 56,000. But they don't know that. The auction ends. It's time to pay. I can't pay. I am under arrest, but I'm not because I am a mannequin made of straw. I never went to the auction. I took a clone pill and sent my body double. And that
so smart
is a good summary of the auction house experience. It's not about what we bid on. It's about why we do it. We do it To flex on the poor while keeping a low profile is important, you should expand when given the chance. You see, your sect is local, but we can export the culture, the lifestyle, and the religion to the rest of fantasy China.
We're gonna expand. We gonna conquer?
To do this, we establish agencies. Then we set a policy for each region and grow our influence, depending
Wow, we are going to grow a religion too.
on the policy, you get random events, which have to be solved using insanity. You get a bunch of buttons, which I assume is what a paranoid schizophrenic's dialogue options look like, and you press whichever one you think is appropriate to the situation. Options include talk, bribe, kill, seduce, or throw a rock at someone and stone them to death. Foreigner scamming the locals, murder him.
Ancient Long Bi Qin come across forest of purple cloud temple and saw they were preaching. And you can throw rock at them, or you can give them food. That's quite nice. Or social or battle. The rest I don't understand. What do you mean disciple them? Disciple or personal follower? Okay. So like preach? Huh.
Another sect is preaching about their faith. Pay them 100 spirit stones to fuck off. Is it currently Ramadan in the Great Desert? Start handing out food. Believe me, the longer you do it, the more sense it makes. Or the more warped and psychopathic your reasoning becomes. For example, you're building a wonder and some people drop by to ask what you're doing. Wrong answer, debate.
To be like the bothering neighbor, be like, why are you building a garage that can cast a shadow to my house? What can you do in this situation? You can beat them with a club or debate feng shui with him. Ooh, I think I will just beat them up.
Feng shui. Correct answer. Beat them with a club. If you solve stuff correctly, you get a bunch more followers. Followers can dig up natural resources, generate belief that converts into experience, completely skipping the grind of cultivation, and be sacrificed for the greater good. You see, we're gonna need a lot of anguish soul gems, which are formed from a painful death in ominous feng shui. Luckily, with agencies, there's no shortage of...
So the stone can only form from when people have bad feng shui and they pass away from it and then they leave a stone? That's so dark.
Fresh and willing mortals. With reputation, you can build a sect gate. This is the front door, where hopeful mortals arrive to prostrate themselves, begging to be recruited. But instead, we're going to build a hell gate, which is the same gate, but in a room with ominous feng shui at a comfortably cool temperature of...
He's so smart. He built a gigantic room and people come over and worship, and then they will worship, and then they're in the bad feng shui, and then they can produce the stone. Oh, smart sass, genius.
Absolute zero. We're gonna recruit mortals from every city. They will arrive, pray to Hellgate, and freeze to death in horrific agony. And the negative moral consequence of such an action? Zero. Because they have died through no fault of our own.
Yeah, we don't care.
This is a good time to introduce alignment. Your sect can be good or evil, but preferably we want a balance. So
who cares? It's just coloring, man. Like, why do we need to balance it?
We have good relations with both the virtuous and the demonic. This game exemplifies the Chinese practice of moral relativity.
What are they doing there? What are they, protesters?
If I horrifically mutilate someone's dying body to extract the location of their friends and family, that's slightly evil. But as long as you give them a proper burial, that's a net neutral action. And we have done nothing wrong.
So as long as we bury them, everything is okay. Yeah, as long as it's properly memorial.
Let's say a curious stranger comes by to ask what you're doing, and then stands there waiting for an answer until he collapses from extreme thirst, at which point I feed him a laxative and watch him shit himself to death. Is it wrong to watch a dying man's ass fertilize my fields?
I don't think so. That's called efficiency, man. I agree.
No, not at all. But if I turn a bandit's dead, broken body into a flesh puppet to serve us economically until it rots away, that's considered evil.
Why? Why? How is that evil?
A bigger question, I guess, is if I get decapitated by a dragon while adventuring, fly back home without a head, and use Yang God possession to transfer my consciousness into the body of another man's wife, would that make me a homosexual?
I don't know. It depends on, do you have sex? And do you stay as his wife? It's a lot of future problems.
Some questions have no clear answer. Have you ever frozen to death during winter because the wall of your house stood up and walked away?
What?
Unfortunately, in this game, that's a frequent occurrence. Without warning,
How?
anything on the map can gain sentience. Sentient objects can also randomly enter the map. As I've
This is what I talk about, like in Chinese fantasy culture in here. Everything, as long as you live long enough, they can get sentience. Like a fox can become a fox spiritual. They can start to use magic just because they live long enough and they get sentient and they can transform even into like human form and talk human language. Or like a wall, like a pod, a tree. You know what I mean? Like everything has a chance to move.
seen entire pagodas march in and flatten my base. What's the point of them? To grief you. But more seriously, you can turn them into a 14-year-old boy. What is the application of this?
That's what I'm talking about. They can transform into human.
You can take a shit, give it sentience, and turn it into a human, who you're going to call Big Chungus, because the guys on Discord data mined the Chinese code and found out that specific set of Latin characters ensures that the sentient spirit will generate with the highest stats possible.
Wow.
Then you're going to make a literal piece of shit because
Is that really a hairstyle called shit hairstyle?
I'm a demigod and ascend to heaven, and that's what cultivation is all about. By the way, everyone who ever goes to heaven, whether by death or ascension, gets a little epilogue section, so you can follow the shenanigans of
Somehow they all have the same face. There is no variation.
former disciples. Here's a sample of the literary gems you might encounter.
Reincarnated into a girl and become a prostitute? Okay, I'm gonna censor that. Oh wow, and she eventually committed... Okay, we will censor that too. Yep.
Ming Wu reincarnated as an ant, but got drowned to death by a mean child who peed on the ant nest. Then he reincarnated into a parrot, but because he learned a lot of profanities and was swearing all day, someone plucked out his feathers and he froze to death.
No,
And
that's so cool, so scary.
in his next life as a human, he met a strange acting boy, and believing him to be an immortal in disguise that could teach him cultivation, he took him in as his own. However, as it turned out, the child was actually mentally Later on, you'll find out combat gets a little more complicated with the introduction of formations. To understand what that is, go to another sect and try stealing. The moment you do so, a gigantic bubble forms in the sky and tears you to pieces. This is called a formation. The leader of it is called
What are this?
the pillar, and everyone around them an auxiliary. It follows the rules of Feng Shui, so different elements will feed each other as they flow back to the pillar. It might look very oriental, but
I don't understand any of this. It says like sword and nothingness on this little pad. Is this like a mini chess game?
it's just Chinese Lego. What's the point of formations? To deal with a little cave that appears in our base after about 200 days. If you're not ready and you need to suppress it, give it a nice room. This will buy you some time. But whatever you do, don't give it offerings.
What is this cave? Is this like a demon living down there?
It's going to break out anyway, but your sacrifices will make it stronger. So we may as well piss it off. Welcome to the official casual filter.
Yay!
The first boss you're going to encounter is the Flood Dragon, and it has a chi of about 10 million.
The dragon somehow look very 3D-ish. Very high quality dragon from a 2D game.
Good luck. Honestly, if you get to this stage, congrats. Now, swallow your pride, go read a bunch of guides, and install some mods. It'll improve your life greatly. I'll attach the ones I use below. There's nothing essential, but when you have to micromanage the mental state of about 18 different cultivators, it does get tiresome. Listen, I've been writing this script for close to a month. There's no way to include everything, and I want my life back.
Panda cute!
So here's a stream of consciousness before I give an arbitrary score, and go live in the woods. Each sect has a wonder. Yours is no exception. Go to the ruins of a Taiyi sect and bring it back. The mini-universe is a game changer. It's an infinite pocket plane that sucks in material and spits it out. But
I'm shocked, like how is there games within games within games? Like there are always infinite new things happening that my mind is overstimulated right now. What?
Could there be a deeper, more mysterious function? No, it's just storage. No longer will your peasants have to walk for nourishment because the best soups of a Wuhan wet market are gonna fly right into their hands. After
Nice.
killing your first flood dragon, which will always, without fail, crash its body into one of my expensive cultivation rooms, the game removes all safety checks.
Wait, can you turn the dragon into a living dead zombie dragon and let him shit across the field and use him to work?
You can now summon the Phoenix, which creates 10 days of extreme drought, during which time your base is gonna burn to the ground because you forgot to move a single Phoenix feather, which landed in a bedroom and turned the temperature to about twice the melting point of steel. After 10 days of drought, it doesn't stop. It's permanent. The only way to end it is with a rainstorm miracle, which will make your Phoenix very upset. It's stronger than the Flood Dragon, by the way. Also, you can't kill a Phoenix.
That's so cool. Because Phoenix reborn, right? Even if you kill it, she will reborn from the dust.
Each time you do, it's just gonna reincarnate. Maybe. I should have mentioned that earlier. Again, good luck. Then there's the Torch Dragon, which is larger than the entire screen and comes in a yin-yang variant respective to the time of day. Each variant is invincible to elements of the same polarity.
That looks so dope.
And even worse, they make him stronger. Also, he's gonna lay a bunch of eggs. You should
Can I eat
probably
it?
just ignore them.
Okay.
And if you survive all that, there's really one challenge left.
Okay.
Genociding every other sect and beating them into submission. Once that
I like this game, I have to say. Even though I have never played it, I like everything they do in here. Solution to a problem is always beating them up. Aww.
that's done, you can truly say, I finished the game.
Good
now you can go
job.
back and play on the real difficulty.
Okay.
I do, however, have some major complaints. Remember the story, the plot? Weren't
There
we
is?
supposed to investigate the mystery of a Tai sect and
Oh,
why it was
yes.
destroyed? Yes, but
Yes.
the process of doing so is so terrible that I'm just gonna save you the pain and tell you instead. You see,
Thank you.
every character that's not your own can be interacted with, and we uncover the plot through the talking minigame.
I'm telling you, the talking minigame. There's just so much dialogue you gotta go through to dig everything that's happening. The plot is in the dialogue.
Primarily, this is done by adventuring to another sect. You talk to people, you get favor. After a while, you don't get favor. You only get favor from juicy gossip. So you have to talk to another character, learn something about them, go back to the first character, and
Do they have to give them presents? Everyone like presents, right?
tell them a secret about the second. But to
Ooh.
get the secret from the second, I'll have to talk to 20 other people to have enough gossip and rumors to trade for more gossip and
So
rumors.
it's about drama.
It's an infinite web of high school bullshit. It's the experience of being a teenage girl. Because you can't get the information you need directly. You have to go through the PMS chain of command to learn absolutely anything. Now, here's the big problem. You might see a little question mark on someone next to the mystery tab. These are the people you need to investigate to solve a mystery. Again, you have to ask an entire sorority if they think that person knows something. If you ask them face to face without circumstantial evidence, they'll act dumb and say no.
Wait, what does it say? Meow. Wait, did she just meow? Okay. Meow. It is a different topic to approach when you know nothing about it. Better find some information from others and then ask about it discreetly. Secret reduce -7 points. Got it.
Thing. And even if you know that they still have to open up to give you that information, which is dependent on their personality. If they're naive, that's the best case scenario because you don't have to do anything. If they're greedy, you have to bribe them. If they're weak,
See, that's what I'm talking about. Everyone like a present.
you have to kill them. If they're tough, you have to gaslight their personal weakness. But if they're withdrawn, unfortunately, you are screwed. Because the only way to make a withdrawn person open up is to make your spirit dog act playful in front of them.
Oh, so it's like the people detached from reality and only a dog can cheer them up. Human truly disappointed them. That's so realistic. Oh.
This requires a fully grown spirit dog, which can take hundreds of days, and each time you do it, he loses intelligence from the...
But I question, how would you know a dog will cheer them up is the only solution without Googling? Like, who can find this out? This game is very complicated.
of this mini game, which takes 10 to 20 days to recover. About 20 hours in, my eyes bloodshot and attention slipping, I managed to solve the first 2 mysteries. You do this by finding clues, participants, and motives, and slapping them together. The more you find, the more complete and accurate your solution is. Then I talked to the next 5 characters, and they were all withdrawn.
Give them the dog. Give them more dog. Dog barking, dog licking, dog arf arf.
I quit the game. I have never seen a story mechanic that's more laborious, difficult, and poorly thought out. But it doesn't end there. It gets better. You can do all of that and still hard lock yourself from completing the game because you didn't pick the right option for a specific event on day 565. Or you waited too long and someone essential to the plot has died of old age. Still, I wasn't entirely sure about the story, so I had to bring in the expert, resident merchant, and mentioned on several no-fly listings
No, I have a bad feeling about this man.
across Thailand.
Hello.
Okay, we gonna censor that.
I become rap people because I eat watermelon.
Jap. His hard drive died about 5 times while explaining, but here's the gist of it. The Taiyi sect was attacked. By who? By everyone. Both the evil and virtuous sect leaders conspired together to wipe it out. But what could justify such a strange alliance? Because the old leader of the Taiyi sect is none other than the demon emperor Fu Pekong, who is currently inside your mini universe. If you
Who are these people that keep appearing that's like always giving new plot? Nowadays game is not like this. Okay, you farm, you farm, you fight, you fight. This is farming, fighting, dating, relationships, networking, and you can also transform there and play with people's poop.
talk to him, you'll get your answers. You see, cultivation is difficult, but it's also strangely common to see someone go from mortal to demigod in just a few weeks. That's because this world isn't real. Overwhelmed by demons, the elders left the great vastness of the universe to this pocket universe, where cultivation is quick, but the creed of heaven is weakening. And once it fails, this universe will end. They took a shortcut to artificial power.
So we are in an AI world? Wow.
And now they're trying their best to hold on. In the final act, a cutscene plays and Fu Pekong undoes the universe, throwing us back into the great vastness. Everyone is mortal again, but this time, we can do it for real. Finally, a title card drops, coming in 2023.
Which is 2025 right now. I don't know if this is out yet. So there is a related game, maybe.
Bug Snacks 2. And that's the story of Amazing Cultivation Simulator. So you never have to go through that horrific experience. In conclusion, I give Amazing Cultivation Simulator 10 out of 10 Euphoria pills. I hate it. It's like the Team Wars, except in this case, the Chinese are winning. If you're interested, you can get a copy on Steam. Also, it's
That's not cheap at all. That's 20 pound. Sorry, that's 20 European currency.
To GOG on the 23rd of July. This is made possible thanks to Polish greed and my growing alliance with a CCP, because I like to bet on the winning team. And right now, that's Team China. A warm thanks to the many members of a Merchants Guild generously funding and bankrolling these videos. You're all truly wonderful. Have a good one.
Thank you all these cool people. Let's enjoy this very soothing music while we roll the credits and That paused for 1 second there. Sorry about that. But it was a very, very, very entertaining video, okay? I loved it a lot. I like it. I know there are a lot of beeping I need to do. However, I hope you enjoyed and laugh along with me, okay? There cannot be any cut for this final ending part because there is a music in the background. But thank you everyone for watching it with me. And as always, I will see you on the next video. And I really appreciate all the support on YouTube side. Recently we reached 10.2k subscriber. So yay, good job on reaching that. You know what else? We should do something special on YouTube stream. I've been always want to host a YouTube only streaming, and and we can chat, we can do some event together. So looking forward to that. And if I plan anything like that out, I will post it in my Discord server. So be sure to join our Discord server, which is linked in my panels, and we always update our schedules in there as well. I wanna apologize for this month. I haven't been uploaded very frequently. I took a little bit mental break from choosing the content that I have passion about to watching and reacting, which recently also I started to watch a lot of Warhammer stuff, and I really enjoy it. So I've been doing every Sunday as a Warhammer lore diving stream. If you're interested, come and join me on Sunday, okay? We stream and we talk about Warhammer lore, and we study and we research them together, and I learn from chat. And yeah, so drop by if you get a chance. And thank you again, Seth, for making the amazing video, as always. And as always, we really appreciate when we have a chance to watch to this funny video and react to them. So thank you, Seth. Thank you for the good video. And chat. Smooches. Mwah. And goodbye. I will see you on the next time. Bye bye.